Welcome to another segment of Christian Concerns. I'm your host, Joe Gresham, and the subject that we are going to consider together is one that is of much concern to Christians around the world, and particularly to the English-speaking world, and that is the multiplicity of modern translations. Everywhere we look today, we find these various translations that come from all different sources and read in all types of different ways, and every one of them claiming to be the best, the most current, easy to understand scriptures to date. But the question that we're going to consider together is, all of these different translations that come out, is there a possibility that they're not all really saying what the Word of God says? And which one should a person choose as their own personal study Bible? How many people today really study their Bibles? For example, if we were to want to just read a Bible, we would have a much easier time picking up something such as the Cotton Patch Bible, which is written in a very unique fashion with a Burr Rabbit and Burr Bear type of language in it, or the Living Bible, which is written similar to a newspaper in today's colloquial English. But you know that we are never told once, from cover to cover of this Bible, that we are to read the Bible. But there are several imperative instructions that we are to study the Scriptures. And there is a tremendous difference, my friends, between studying and reading. Studying is something that an individual does to prepare for a test, to gain great instruction, whereas reading is something that you can simply do with a newspaper. Reading is something that is done for simple enjoyment. Studying is something that is done for advancement and for growth. And today, in choosing a Bible, are we to choose one simply based upon the ease of reading, or are we forgetting to consider the necessity of Christian growth and development? And which Bible is the best Bible, or is there such a thing as one being better than another? Many people today are asking their pastors that type of a question. Pastor, which Bible is really the best Bible? Which is the one that I should use? And most people, when they get an answer to a question like that, it is an answer based primarily upon personal preference or something that someone had told them while they were in the seminary, and they've never really studied for themselves to see which is the best. And so, if we have all types of different Bibles, and each one reading differently, can they all be the unadulterated Word of God? You know, Martin Luther said once, a long time ago, that no greater mischief could happen to the people of God than to have the Word of God taken from them or falsified so that it no longer was in their possession pure and clear. And then he went on to say, God grant that we or our descendants not be witnesses to such a calamity as this. There's another Bible that's in the process of being produced now called What Jesus Really Said. You see, we have the NIV, the RSV, the ASV, the NKJV, and on and on. There's more than 150 different translations of the Bible in this century alone. Now people feel that there needs to be another one called What Jesus Really Said. Now, I listened to a man on a television program once that was promoting this, and he was the head behind this committee that was putting this out. And what he said they were doing is going to go through the Bible and determine what Jesus really said and what he didn't, because the majority of the things in the Bible that are attributed to Jesus were never spoken by him. And so he and his committee are going to go about and try to remove all of these things. Now, friends, here's the frightening thing. This man on the program would not even tell the people that called in whether he was a Christian or those on his committee were. He would not give the names of these individuals because he said that they would lose their positions